Welcome to our Week 2 lesson in our 4th grading. Our lesson for this week is entitled Grammatical Signals or Expressions Part 2. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to use appropriate grammatical signals or expressions suitable to each pattern of idea development, specifically general to particular and problem and solution. But before that, let's have a quick review. Last week, we discussed the first two types of idea development, which are cause and effect and claim and counterclaim. Again, we define cause and effect as write-ups that looks at the reason for an action or an event, then the result. On the other hand, when we say claim and counterclaim, a claim tells what you think is true about a topic based on your knowledge and your research. A counterclaim is just the opposite of a claim. Now, these are the grammatical signals used in cause and effect. We have for this reason, as, since, as a result, therefore, to affect, for, to be the effect of, as a result of, as a consequence, so, the cause of, because, due to, as a consequence of, consequently, hence, and thus. Now, these are the grammatical signals used in claim and counterclaim. We have however, but, to be different or to be different from, in contrast, whereas, on the other hand, in or by comparison, while, and to be unlike. Now, let's move to the other patterns of idea development. First, we have general to particular. General to particular is defined as an idea development which discusses a broad topic using specific details that supports the topic. It is best illustrated using an inverted triangle. It starts from a general idea followed by a particular or specific idea. Example: many diseases originally came from animals. An example of this is COVID-19, which has turned into a pandemic this year. The general idea here is many diseases originally came from animals. And our particular or the specific idea is COVID-19, which has turned into a pandemic this year. And the grammatical expression that we used is an example of this. Now we have numerous grammatical signals to be used. To give an example, we can use for example, such as, in this case, for instance, like, and to demonstrate. Now, if we want to show order of importance, we can use these following grammatical signals. Above all, primarily, the most important, first and foremost, a more important, and the primary. Lastly, if we want to show chronological order, we can use the following grammatical signals. First, second, finally, as, first of all, previously, as soon as, then, meanwhile, before, next, gradually, since, now, after, until, soon, while, and when. Now let's have the second type of idea development. We have the problem and solution. A problem and solution is a pattern of organization where information in a write-up is expressed as a dilemma or concerning issue. In other words, a problem, and something that was, can be, or should be done to remedy this issue, or the solution or the attempted solution. Let's have an example. Employees from various sectors were laid off from their jobs. As a response, the government provided cash assistance. Here, the problem is employees from various sectors were laid off from their job. And the solution is the government provided cash assistance. Here, we use the grammatical signal as a response. Now, we have many grammatical signals that can be used in problem and solution. If you would like to show order of importance, you can use above all, primarily, the most important, first and foremost, a more important, and the primary. Also, if you want to conclude, you can use all in all. In summary, we can see that, in brief, to summarize, the evidence suggests, in conclusion, to conclude, these examples show, in short, and it is clear that. Now let's try. Analyze the following sentences that will follow and write whether gen if the underlined part of the sentence expresses general thought, while party if the phrase states particular thought. Are you ready? Now grab your ball pen and your paper and let's try answering. Let's have number 1. In this time of pandemic, individuals find ways to seek income even in quarantine. First obvious example is online selling. The underlined idea is, first obvious example is online selling. Your timer starts now. Time's up. The answer is party. The underlined idea, first obvious example is online selling, is a particular idea. Now let's try number 2. Online sellers have sold a lot of products to online customers. For example, different foods such as budin, palabok, leche flan, even breads are sold. Our underlined idea here is, online sellers have sold a lot of products to online customers. Now, your turn. Your timer starts now. Time's up. And the answer is Genjet. The underlined idea, online sellers have sold a lot of products to online customers, is an example of a general idea. Now let's have the third one. Filipinos inside their homes can still shop through online shopping sites. Now, a baker can find materials and ingredients for baking through sites such as Shopee and Lazada. The underlined idea here is, such as Shopee and Lazada. Now grab your pen and your paper and start answering. Your timer starts now. Time's up. And the answer is party. The underlined idea, which is such as Shopee and Lazada, is an example of a particular idea. Now let's have the last example. Restaurants now offer takeout orders. Previously, most establishments only catered to dine-in orders. The underlined idea here is restaurant. Your timer starts now. And the answer is party. The idea here, restaurant, is an example of a particular idea. To sum it up, we have 4 types of pattern of idea development. We have cause and effect, claim and counterclaim, problem and solution, and general to particular. When we say cause and effect, this is the most common form of organization. And we can use the following grammatical signals: for, because, since, as a result, and hence. On the other hand, when we say claim and counterclaim, it is a structure of an argument where there is more than one side to a debate. We can use the following grammatical signals: however, but, while, whereas, and on the other hand. Next, we also have problem and solution. It means establishing that a problem exists and providing a solution. We can use all, in short, to conclude, in summary, and above all, as a grammatical signal. Lastly, we have the general to particular, which means moving from a broad topic to a specific details in support of that idea. We can use, for example, for instance, like, to demonstrate, and such as a grammatical signal when we are using the general to particular as a pattern of idea development. Now for your activity, in your Google Classroom, answer written task 1 and written task number 2 under week 2 of our 4th grading. I hope you learned something. Thank you, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.